So do you guys remember Sword and Shield when it first was starting to come out? It was about, what, like a week or two before the release. The entire Pokédex was leaked. Like, everything in there was leaked. We even saw shit we were definitely not supposed to see even until recently, including Melmetal, Gigantamax. Like, we knew all about that even before the game came out. And that was a big deal. You know, I know even between us, a lot of like half and half on if we wanted to see it or not. But only just recently did the Nintendo Ninja strike. And I don't know if this is the sole person who was responsible for the leaks to start, but this is one of the major players. There was somebody who Nintendo and / GameFreak, they gave like a review copy to. And this person was kind of the start of a lot of these major leaks that were happening. So the Nintendo Ninjas sniffed out where it came from, and they found this dude, and they like issued like a whole, we are not going to be collaborating at all with this company from here on out on anything because they have leaked it. So the fucking Nintendo Ninjas are back at it again. And honestly, I don't know. It's always interesting because Nintendo, like, you know, they're like Mario and you know, all this nice stuff, but the Nintendo Ninjas are real, and they just straight up come after people. I think the last time we saw the Nintendo Ninjas like in full force was just before E3. There was somebody who claimed to know everything that Nintendo was going to be releasing at E3. And then they came out and said, well, I was told by a lawyer from Nintendo that if I say anything, they're going to come after my ass, so I have to keep my lips shut. And that was when we got Banjo. That was the E3 just recently where we got Banjo. So that it was kind of like a little bit of a leak almost, just because we knew Nintendo had to be packing something if they were going to make this guy shut his ass up. So what do you guys feel about the Nintendo Ninjas? Brock, I know this is a lot to be thrown at you this first time on the show. How do you feel about Pokemon and Nintendo coming after these leakers?
I think.
You think it's justified?
Yeah, I think it's pretty justified. I mean, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
With like, sure, there's like a minority that wants them, but like everybody else is like, bro, shut the fuck up. No one wants to know.
I agree with that. I think the leaks, they come from a place because Sword and Shield, it was a lot different than Sun and Moon, because Sun and Moon, a lot of people complain that we pretty much knew like everything about the game before it came out just because of all the announcements GameFreak was hitting us with. Like, we knew pretty much all the brand new Alolan forms, all the new Pokemon, all this shit. But then when it came to Sword and Shield, they did the complete opposite. We didn't even know what the starters evolved into. So I think that's why the leaks were such a big deal. So that's probably why the Nintendo Ninjas were out in full force. Isaiah, do you think Nintendo should have came after this man so ruthlessly?
So Probably, yeah. I mean, you sign a lot of contracts when you receive classified. Like, if you're gonna leak like that and not cover your tracks, like avoid getting sniped by Nintendo Ninjas, then kind of had it come. I think for sure, yeah. I mean, and like the thing is, I don't even think it's that big of a deal, anyways, because it's really hard nowadays to even like tell the truth from like, anyways. So like, who's even to say like he even like didn't just like throw out like a wild guess? Like it's, I don't know. I think people are making a bigger deal of it.
Yeah, I think I'm on that side too. The Sword and Shield leaks were a pretty big deal just because we straight up got like the whole, like, almost like a fucking spreadsheet of all the sprites that were in the game's code. I even made a video about that, which got like a lot of views on my channel. So it was like a big deal, and like everybody was making videos and talk about all the new Pokemon. They're like, oh my god, look, the new Gigantamax forms. So personally, yeah, I think they should have came after him. Jake, what do you think? Should the Nintendo Ninjas be so agile and after these people? Is it worth it?
I'm gonna come in here with a really spicy opinion.
Okay, hot take.
Leakers are blasphemous and should be burning in your punishment zone of choice.
Gee.
Of choice?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, your choice. They don't get to choose. They deserve the worst.
God.
It's just straight up. They ruin games, man. Well, in like example, not a game example, but Harry Potter, right? Big fan of Harry Potter.
Oh,
Mom's
God,
big fan
yeah.
of Harry Potter too.
Holy
My
fuck,
sister
yes.
spoiled Snape's death. My mom got the book a day before, and one of her
He died?
dumbass friends. Oh my God! Yeah. I'm sorry, Isaiah.
That's depressing.
Well,
Dude.
but it got spoiled, and it was like, And also Dumbledore's same thing. What an asshole! You can't just do that to people, man.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Tony Stark, where they beat that dude up in line when it was like he was like one of the first people to see the movie. He came out in the line and fucking spoiled it for everybody, and they fucking kicked his ass right there in the movie theater.
Deservedly, dude.
I mean, he had it coming.
He definitely had it coming.
I don't know. I think that I appreciate the fact that they're taking a really hardline stance. I think it's so much better to go into a game like you should know what you're what to expect, right? Like you should know some information about it, but the important things, like if I'm going in to play a game based on story, and I'm not saying Pokemon is a story-based game because it's oh my god, so not. But if I'm going in to play a game like that, as soon as I know the details of that game, all of a sudden the reason why I'm going to play that game is just like gone
out the window. Yeah.
So yes, and I know that there's a market. There are some people who want to know those things, but like at least wait until release day, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Chomp in the chat. Tony Stark did not die. I was talking about Tony Romo. Sorry for anybody who hasn't seen Endgame. Continue.
Yeah, he pulled out the 9.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was pretty much all that I was gonna say. You know, it's just it's so much better too. I think the what they were doing for Sword and Shield, where you're not getting all that kind of information, as opposed to the earlier games where you're getting it all right away. Like leaving some things up in the air, and you know, when I go into a game, I want to be excited. I want to feel like this is something that I want to be a part of. I want to be able to go in and find new information and do cool things. And if all of that is just out there, then you lose that feeling.
Yeah, I'm for sure on that side, and I think I'm on the same side of the Sword and Shield information. I thought it was really cool that they didn't actually give us that much information before Sword and Shield came out. I thought that was a big deal. That was like, it felt like maybe this is like a big change for Pokemon, because like more and more they were giving us like everything. Like even in X and Y, we saw a little bit of that, where they're just kind of giving us like, here are all the brand new megas. Like there's only a couple that we didn't know about prior to the game's release. So I thought it was really cool that they ended up not telling us a lot. So it was unfortunate that everything leaked, but it was good content for the YouTube channel, so I'm not too mad. You know what I'm saying? So it's another thing. It's one of these things that makes me almost really want to pay attention to a lot of other gaming communities, because with Nintendo, we hear a lot of stuff about stuff leaking like a lot. And I just wonder if this is just like a normal thing for gaming companies, or if Nintendo, they're just like really bad at keeping their shit together. Like many of the Smash characters from not only Smash 4, but Smash Ultimate have been leaked. There was Roy and Ryu footage in Smash 4. There was footage of those characters online before they even got announced, because Nintendo, they just straight up put the characters in the game in an update, but like they just hadn't released yet, and everyone's like, oh, who's this? Oh, Ryu's in this game. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
And then, you know, shit like that. And Hero was also low-key leaked, because they found like some file names and they kind of translated it, and they're like, oh, they traced it. They didn't know exactly what Dragon Quest character was going to be, but a lot of leakers or hackers and stuff that I was seeing online, they also said they knew about Joker too, which I don't even know how the fuck that happened, because Joker was revealed the night Ultimate came out. So leakers are crazy, man. Terry was also low-key leaked, because we knew it was going to be an SNK character. So I don't know, Nintendo, they just seem...
Do you remember Bloody Tears?
What's up?
Do you remember Bloody Tears?
Oh yeah, Simon / Richter, they were leaked by Nintendo accidentally, because they put the Bloody Tears song, or it was one or the other. They like, it was like a Pac-Man song, but they named it Bloody Tears or something like that. Yeah. It's just sloppy stuff on Nintendo's end, and you know they have to be firing some people. Like, there's no way somebody's keeping their job over that bloody tier shit. Like, how do you not listen to it before you name the video? That feels like a big deal to me. I feel like if you're putting files out there for a game that's not out yet, you should at least pay attention to what's happening here. I don't know. That's just me.
So on the thing about it being mostly Nintendo, I think part of that is because Nintendo has so many recognizable IPs, and they reuse so many characters in different ways that other gaming companies don't really do, and it works for them. And so like we have these attachments to these kinds of characters and want to, we want to know who's in Smash. And, if another third-party kind of game came out like that, I kind of, think like PlayStation All-Stars, right? Like, it's cool to know who's in that, but I also don't care. And that might just be a me thing.
Yeah.
But that feels like it's part of it, right? Like, people seem more invested in the game characters that Nintendo has just because of the way that Nintendo has set up their brand.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's different from other companies.
Yeah, Chomp in chat says, yeah, crazy how there's a whole giant powerful community behind impatience over video games. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what Jake is saying. Like, we're just so in love with these characters, and Smash is a super duper big deal because, like, now that like these DLC characters are becoming they're supposed to be really hype. They're supposed to be a really big deal. They're supposed to have all these crazy characters in. Everybody wants to know, who's the next character going to be. So that definitely is like a lot of motivation for leakers and stuff like that.